Imagine this. You're out on your porch one crisp morning, sipping coffee, listening to the soft rustle of leaves and the distant lowing of cattle. That's how my days used to start, simple, grounded, on the family ranch in rural Texas that's been ours since 1948. My granddad built it from nothing, turning dusty acres into a thriving organic spread where we raise grass-fed beef and grow heirloom veggies. It's all above board, eco-friendly, the kind of life that feels like a quiet rebellion against the chaos of city living. But then she moved in next door, and everything flipped upside down. Her name was Karen, and from the jump, something felt off. The moving vans rolled up with contractors swarming like bees, wiring up cameras, sensors, even what looked like high-end audio gear all over her place. I figured maybe she was paranoid from big city life, but nah, this was different. Around 55, with that polished platinum bob that screamed high maintenance, always in designer outfits like she was off to a gala, even for grabbing the mail. And those giant shades, she wore them like armor, hiding eyes that judged everything. She watched me like a hawk, notebook in hand, jotting down when I fed the herd or fixed a gate. Turns out, she'd been grilling neighbors too. How long's that ranch been here? Ever complain about the smells? Creepy, right? It started small. One sunny afternoon, she marched up to the fence, face flushed, screeching about neighborhood rules and too much noise. Noise. The cows were just grazing, wind whispering through the oaks. I nearly spilled my coffee. Lady, this land's been ranching longer than you've been breathing Texas air. I shot back, my grip tightening on the mug. But she puffed up, declaring herself HOA president-like, that made her queen of the county. She whipped out a binder thick as a Bible, full of regs on noise pollution and disruptive AG activities. This is an upscale enclave now, she huffed. Upscale? This was cattle country before her McMansion sprouted up. Things escalated quick. She'd snap photos from her windows with a zoom lens fit for spying on wildlife, plant a no noise after 5 p.m. sign on our line like she owned the dirt. I'd catch her timing my chores with a stopwatch, measuring from her house to my barn with a survey wheel. I started filming her back tit for tat. Deep down, I sensed this wasn't random. She wanted my ranch gone, erased, so her vision of manicured lawns and silence could reign. Maybe turn it into condos or a putting green. Her eyes had that cold gleam, like she was plotting a siege. Then the letters hit official HOA warnings about mowing on weekends at 10 a.m. Mind you, AG odors, we compost properly, and dog barks, they're working dogs, herding stock. My blood boiled. This felt like an assault on my heritage. I lawyered up fast, digging into statutes. Turns out, Texas has right to ranch, laws protecting outfits like mine that predate the HOAs formed in 2018, ours rooted way back. I tried playing nice, knocking on her door with compromise ideas, sound fences, shifted schedules, a tree buffer to block views. I'd foot the $15,000 bill just for peace. Her living room was a showpiece, velvet sofas, walls of abstract art like a stage set to intimidate. She listened with that fake smile, then dropped the bomb. It's not the noise, Alex. Your ranch clashes with the refined vibe here. I paid $900,000 for elegance, not cow pies. Boom ultimatum, relocate or court. No middle ground. She ramped up. Daily emails on bogus violations, threats of inspections, bored cronies piling on. I felt cornered, isolated. Neighbors who'd waved for years now averted eyes thanks to her door-to-door smear campaign. She'd whip up PowerPoints on plunging property values, host info sessions with snacks, preying on retirees spooked by change. Old Mr. Thompson stopped chatting. Mrs. Williams dashed past without a nod. It stung, like my community was turning toxic. But I wasn't folding. I built a squad. Mike, ex-military tactician for cool heads. Jordan, data whiz to unearth dirt. Sarah, sharp land rights attorney. We hunkered in my barn-turned-HQ, piecing it together. Jordan hit pay dirt. Karen's past as HOA boss in Sunset Villas, California, booted for power abuse, embezzling $60,000, threats, even stalking a kid. Lawsuits galore. And get this, ties to developers eyeing our slice for luxury builds. She wasn't just mean. She was a repeat offender, rebuilding her ego by bulldozing lives. We geared up legal preps, surveillance on her. Then, filming day blew it wide, promoting sustainable ranching for my online stuff. Pro setup, team in logo tees. Karen storms over, yelling about unpermitted commercial ops. We explain educational, legal. She snaps, cranks my hose full blast, soaks our gear worth thousands. Then dials 911, sobbing fake terror. Suspicious group in uniforms with surveillance tech threatening me. I'm alone, terrified. Pure theater, labeling us terrorists mid-cow tutorial. Cops roll in hot sirens, hands on holsters. But we stay chill. Deeds, licenses, video of her sabotage. Sarah hands it over. Karen's hysterics backfire. Lead officer warns her on false reports of felony. She rants, but they bounce. Victory? Nah, her glare screamed payback. She sues. Disturbances, covenant breaches. I bait with a surrender letter via Serape's plea. She bites. Too late, you're scared. Court day, packed house, tension thick. Karen performs doctored clips of noise, moos, mess, compost, fake threats with paid witnesses. He's ruining our paradise, she wails. Sarah flips the script, exposes California scandals, fraud docs, our 911 vid. Court gasps. Karen unravels screams conspiracy, hurls a pitcher at the electrical panel. Sparks fly, alarms shriek, smoke billows. Fire crew charges in with gear, SWAT storms, vests and rifles ready for attack. Chaos peaks her own meltdown, summons the very forces she faked against me. Judge fumes. Lawsuit tossed. Her nailed for perjury, fraud, false calls, destruction, court assault. Cuffed on the spot, let out ranting. HOA boots her. Neighbors apologize with pies, seek my input on fair rules. Watching my herd at dusk, I realized, truth crushes bullies when they overplay. But man, was it worth the fight? Or should folks just sell out to avoid the drama? Would you sue first or try talking? Drop your hot takes below. Did I go too far exposing her past? Like if you'd battle for your land, comment your nightmare neighbor stories, and subscribe for more real-life showdowns. What lines would you never cross?